Hey guys, welcome back to another music review. And today, this batch of videos, my nose is still stopped up, so you're gonna see me wiping my nose. And oh yeah, that's awesome to see the beginning of the video, isn't it? Anyway, let's get right down to it. At the drive-in, and the Mars Volta is my bands that I'm reviewing. So let's start with At the Drive-In. There's a reason for this, and if you watch my 5 songs you should hear, I didn't tell you everything. I left things a mystery. Now you're gonna want to know why I left things a mystery. This is gonna be a great video. Strap in, get some popcorn, get you a drink. Are you ready? Let's do this. At the Drive-In, formed in 1994. I remember this band. I saw it on, I think MTV was showed like one video. I believe it was called One Arm Scissor. I saw it and I was like, God, don't play that again. They played it many a times. And that was the one song I think they had major success with at the drive-in was. Um, but they developed a following, and they were around for quite a while. But then, oh, the lead singer's name is Cedric Bixel. I mentioned that during the 5 songs you should hear. Um, Cedric Bixel is the name of the singer. They had such a great, you know, a great thing. They had a song called "Governed by Contagions" as well. That was super popular. That's good as well. One Arm Scissor was their mainstream hit that they had, but I believe, like I said, I believe it's the only one. But anyway, 90, they formed in '94. I think they released like 2 or 3 albums. 2002, and they had a huge following as after Drive-In too. In 2002, they split and formed into two bands. Two went the one way, two went the other way. I don't know what happened. It doesn't really explain it. It says they had differences. So maybe down below what exactly, if you know what happened. But anyway, um, 2002 they split. Bixel and I think the guitarist, I don't know, it's somebody else. Two people, Bixel and somebody, formed the Mars Volta. See, you get it now. They went to the Mars Volta, um, and then the other two went to a band called Sparta. No, I did not look into Sparta, but I'll probably do them in one of the next review things. I'll probably check them out just so it's fresh in your mind if you have watched this video. So look out for that. Who am I going to put with them? You have to find out. Um, what the hell was that? Anyway. God, it's so disgusting. I know it's disgusting. I apologize. I need to get medicine. Anyway, I ran out last night. So, anyways. Um, but just as they split up, God, it's like why they split up. People are probably angry. The Mars Volta came out. They were okay. Such a great band. If you see my 5 songs you did hear, let me reboot that. 5 songs you should hear. Number 3, I talk so highly of the Mars Volta. Such a great band. So worth checking out. At the drive-in was more of a punkish, yelling really fast. Music was hyped up, and it's like yeah, 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 and you got excited. It was that kind of up tempo. They had some slow and kind of yelling. So he yelled a lot instead of singing. The Mars Volta was his beautiful masterpiece that he brought all the music in, let go, more of a progressive rock. He could do anything he wanted with the music. He was like throwing it out there, doing slow stuff, doing hard rock stuff. He was doing experimental kind of things with the songs, soft rock. I mean, they did so many different kind of things on their albums. Such great music. I can't believe it took me this long to listen to the Mars Volta. And I know I've heard a little bit of their stuff probably in the past, but I didn't think that they were this good. So I'm definitely going to revisit them for a personal use. But for this review, I was being blown away. You know, I recommended "The Widow" by them. Such a beautiful song. I was really getting into it. And kind of what I say when I get into it, it means that, you know, when I listen to Nirvana, I kind of be taken back because when he does, I think, Lake of Fire and things like that, and you know, Jesus is a Sunbeam. Whatever. Some of those songs, like you just listen to them and you get transported, and you just want to sit there and just kind of revel in the I was that open. You revel in the music, and you kind of just feel it like in you. You know, when you listen to music, to me, I like to feel it. I like to feel emotion. The Widow had me going back to that place when you listen to Nirvana. Many times I go back and listen to Nirvana. I listen to Black Label Society, Zach Wild, and who else I listen to? Marilyn Manson. Because you feel emotion through those songs, and I think that's some of the best music you could ever listen to. If that evokes emotion in you, it's such a great, you know. There's other country stars that you could say evokes emotion in you. Those are some of the best artists that you could listen to. And the Mars Volta is definitely one of those artists. So if you have not heard the Mars Volta and you're a huge rock fan, you are going to be blown away. And if you don't like them, then you know maybe it's not your cup of tea. But give them a chance. Listen to about 3 or 4 of their songs. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at what you're going to hear because a band you've never checked out. I think you'd be shocked to hear what they sound like. In 2003, as the Mars Volta, I believe is when the person who was in Sparta uh, overdosed on something. I don't know. It didn't say. It just said a drug overdose. So in 2003, the guitarist from At the Drive-In passed away. And I didn't write that down. Why did I write that down? I think it was 2012. 2012, 2011. They decided that Mars Volta went on hiatus and then eventually announced their breakup. Um, and basically meant they were going back to At the Drive-In. So At the Drive-In actually came back, and I think is currently still together. Um, and I think I remember briefly hearing them doing festivals and people making a big deal about it. The At the Drive-In was back because they had a high popularity at the time, and then they kind of went away because something happened with the band. But they uh, they released another album with At the Drive-In, so it's kind of full circle, kind of a review. I started with At the Drive-In, ended with Mars Volta, and At the Drive-In, they're back together now. Mars Volta is broken up, um, but they did not have that guitarist, of course, because he passed away. Which it kind of got me surprised. I'm like all members except for that one guy. Like, what was that guy doing? Was he being a prick or something? Like, why did he get back together there? Like, oh yeah, okay, I found out he died because when I looked at the Mars Volta uh, about. I think that's where it told where he didn't come back, and I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense now. Why he didn't come back? Because he's dead. He can't come back. Anyway, touchy subject probably for people that like the band, so apologize. But wow, I mean, that's pretty awesome. They're back together. Pretty good music. I think actually Governed by Contagions was actually off of their one of the new ones, but I could be wrong. Uh, I heard some of their newer stuff. It's pretty good too, but I actually kind of wonder. I kind of think they changed their style more to the Mars Volta now for At the Drive-In. Probably just because he realized that why the hell was I doing all that yelling when I could have just been doing this stuff over at the Drive-In. Maybe that was the whole reason because he wanted to do that stuff and they didn't want him to do that stuff. Uh, but yeah, a lot of yelling was in at the Drive-In. I don't think they do it a whole lot on their newer stuff. So I don't know. No idea. Anyways, two great bands. After Drive-In, not a huge fan of. They're okay. But I think now they're probably going to have influences of Mars Volta seeping in to them. Kind of like Slipknot and Stone Sour. They got mixtures going in at Slipknot. People aren't a huge fan of. So people might not like At the Drive-In now just because he brought his influences back to the band. But yeah, two great bands. Two bands that you should definitely, I think, check out if you're a fan of that genre. It's more like the hard rock kind of thing, I would say. After Drum, it's kind of probably punkish, but I'll probably put that in the title. Probably punk, hard rock kind of thing. But Mars Volta is not punk, definitely not punk, I don't believe. They're more hard rock, even on the verge of metal. And I think they toured with some metal acts at one point. Uh, in the middle of their thing, they kind of went with some metal bands because a lot of progressive metal bands would probably like to have that. I can't remember who they toured with. I think they went on tour with Chevelle, maybe. No, they wouldn't go. Maybe they. I'm trying to think who they toured with, but I know they toured with somebody who is basically considered metal. I thought. What the hell's in my mouth? Anyways, two great bands you should check out. at the Drive-In Mars Volta. Like, comment, subscribe. As always, let me know down below who did Mars Volta tour with. Because I think they toured with the Metal Band. Pretty sure they did. Was it Tool? That sounds familiar. I think they toured with Tool one of the last times that they did went on a major tour. Last time. Because they were around at that point. I think they released their last time, which I don't think I ever heard. But I think that's who they toured with, honestly. That's what I'm thinking about. Anyways, maybe that's 30 Seconds to Mars. I don't remember. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe. As always, share the video if you like the video. And as always, how many times can I say as always? Anyway, but as always, keep rocking and keep on listening to music, guys. Gals. Later on. Awkward ending. Later.